But then back to China. I mean, we hear a lot of things from the West, like China runs a zero COVID policy, and when it's come to zero COVID policy, the lots of businesses that hurt, and the
Yep.
lots of loans going. We talk about and we have like Evergrande, and we have real estate problem, and but there's some saying that China's still doing okay. I know that China has been deleveraging since pre-COVID. So China tried to have a soft landing. So that's a good thing. That before COVID, U.S. still like going strong on leveraging, but
Mm-hmm.
I think China just, I mean, they send strong signal that they're gonna deleverage and slowly land. And then COVID hit. I just wonder. I mean, I hear a lot of things from the West, from the debts, and from how China might be struggling because a lot of business has to freeze during zero COVID policy. But I just want to hear your ideas on is it still growing, and which sector you should look at in China.
Yeah, interesting. You want to take a hit? You need some. So no, I think I've been hearing about the China economy or economy collapsing for the last 20 years now, and it seems like every moment in time somebody would come up with an idea that the China economy is collapsing. Um, so to me, I don't buy into to sort of the media narrative of this. I would look really into the economy itself. Um, and and to answer your question more specifically, I think China or the Beijing Communist government is thinking this very differently compared to sort of the Western populist approach to the economy, right? So if you think about it, we normally think of if the economy is hot, you're trying to contain it, right? By raising your interest rate, so then the economy can cool down a little bit, so you can avoid sort of hyperinflation. When the economy is down at a recession, then you want to stimulate the economy by increasing the leverage of the society, so then they have more liquidity in the market and trying to spike up the economy. So we go through these so-called cycles, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think recently I've been following a lot of the sort of China government or the Beijing government policy making principle or ideas, and we have been seeing more and more about them not buying to that principle or that approach of a cycle, right? Like stimulus and also like trying to uh, suppress the economy when it's hot. What they want to do is a different approach where they try to control more like a stabilized version of it. So they're gonna try not to give too much liquidity when it's down, but they would ease the interest rate by lowering the interest rate. What we are seeing now, right? The economy is a little down, but they're trying to ease the people who borrow money earlier by lowering the rates, but not by increasing the leverage or the liquidity in the market. And at the same time, I think when the economy is it's hot, they're not going to raise hike the rate so much that it would like compress the 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 uh, the 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 economy so much. So what they're trying to achieve is in terms of a cycling, they want to achieve more like a stable curve going up. It's an ideal, right? It's an ideal.
Yeah, it
And
is.
I think people has been challenged China for many things in the past, right? There's no way you can build a aircraft carrier. China built three. There's no way you can shoot a man to the moon. China is going to do it in the next 5 years. There's no way you can build a railway to Tibet from Beijing. Not even the German engineers, the best engineers, can do it. They did it. So it's an ideal. I'm not saying China is going to do it, but that's their vision. That's their goal of achieving that. So that's part of what we're seeing right now. a lot of the Western economists doesn't understand or criticizing, it's as a result of that principle. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I mean, I think China can do a lot of great things, and I think mainly it's because it has better control and better management in terms of like have their hands on. So in that sense, China can achieve a lot of things that needs like good big direction. So it's going to be interesting because China always want to do difficult things,
But it's
and
interesting you bring up that point, right? So we talk about the political system in China, right? And in the US, for example, they have to go through elections, and elections can be messy. And you want to, like, the election, in the election system, all you want to do is to gather as many votes as possible. So you try to do the things that, we like to think of, voting system is fair because you're promising something that the voter wants to hear. But in the modern version, a lot of politicians just want to say things that the voter wants to hear. So then it becomes like, not necessarily effective or efficient. But what China is offering right now, I guess, in a way, you can criticize the fact that it's a one-party system. It's not democracy, but it also allows the government to really so focus on doing what's so-called the most effective, efficient things for the country. So now I guess it's good and bad. I'm not saying China is right or China is bad, but this is the result of the political system.
it's fast.
Yeah.
So it's
Am I in
fast and
trouble?
no,
I mean,
no, 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 you're not in
I
trouble.
think, yeah, I mean, I think,
No,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the West, and me myself too, because I spent a lot of time there, I get exposed to both. Right now, there seems to be a rhetoric that democracy equals good, um, and totalitarianism equals bad. Like there's always this, and there's this assumption. But I think there's many good points about democracy, but at the same time, like any system, democracy is developed in order to put the power in people's hands. That's the theory. But in actuality, you could see that there's still a lot of barriers that could be set up to allow certain people to exploit the systems. So they could put barriers towards people that don't have certain access to things. So like any system, it could be exploited, and I think, and I'm not saying like only totalitarian system it's good too. That's totally not what I'm saying. But at the same time, there's certain merits to that too. Different conditions will require different needs, right? So, um, you know, my limited understanding is that China at the time, after going through a lot of wars and stuff, they were there's a lot of years that they were kind of they're still recuperating, and in that system, it calls for almost a system that needs a lot of control in order just to get everything back into shape. Otherwise, you have too many cooks in the kitchen and stuff, and in the end, nothing will get done. So, but right now, I mean, it's really a balance, right? You need to sort of gauge whether or not the government is really working towards the good of the people, or So I think a lot of times I just want to encourage the listeners to really just trying to really do more research, because right now there's a lot of things that are just catchphrases, which are democracy equals good, communism bad, or China bad, U.S. good, whatever, the good guys, bad guys. And what I'm saying is there's many different sides of the story. I'm not saying I'm married to certain one, but at the same time, like the way the mainstream media conducts things, it's really how do you say it? I wouldn't say diabolical, but it's really like nefarious sometimes. And so I think it's good. it works well for us because while everybody's afraid of China, we are very engaging with it right now
Yeah.
because, as I said, there's many opportunities that we're able to see that that other people who are scared of it or spooked by it would not see. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just hope that everybody
Okay.
get along. That's